A stimulus package update with a special meeting, executive orders, and what the president said today. All of that plus more in this video, so let's get into it right away. But if you haven't done so yet, or if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video so I can keep you updated each and every day with all of this information that is changing so incredibly fast. I know that it's very confusing out there, but don't worry, I am right here by your side every single day with all the latest updates as I'm doing hours and hours of research. I condense it all down into these short videos so that you can stay tuned with all of the latest information as it is being released. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button right down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into this right away. Alright, so wow, we've got another very busy day upon us. Let's get into the updates that have gone on so far today. Alright, so let's quickly talk about the stimulus package and what we've learned as of today so far. Alright, so a couple days ago, we do know that Joe Manchin came out and said that his vote on the stimulus package is essentially a flat no. Well, we've had a lot of developments since that announcement. Now, here's what we do know as of right now. The president and Joe Manchin did talk just the other day, and it sounds like they are going to come together on an agreement. Now, Joe Manchin did also mention he is willing to come up to $1.8 trillion on this stimulus package. In fact, he gave the president his own outline of everything that he wants to see for this package and the process in which he wants to follow in order to get this thing through. So that's what we have on the table as of right now. Well, Chuck Schumer, the leader of the Senate on the Democratic side, was also out, and he's going to be holding a caucus meeting this evening, sometime this evening. It's going to be a virtual meeting with everybody talking about the stimulus package and how they can proceed moving forward. Now, according to what I was finding, it's still up in the air if Joe Manchin is actually going to be attending this meeting or not. So we should be getting a lot more details out of this meeting after it does actually happen sometime this evening. I did not see a specific time on what time that meeting is going to take place, but they said sometime this evening this virtual meeting will be happening with the Democratic caucus. So it should be interesting because the whole focus is going to be on this stimulus package, and they have vowed that they still will work together on this thing. They will come together, and ultimately, Chuck Schumer said they will be holding a vote on this thing, and they're going to bring everybody to the record and see what they're going to vote on this thing. So that is according to Chuck Schumer. So we'll have to see what comes out of this meeting a little bit later today, right? If we get any public information on that, of course, I'll bring that back to you later and let you know what we learned from this meeting. All right, so again, the president was out today talking about this, well, let me stop for just a second. Let me talk about the executive orders first, and then we can talk about what the president said, because that was the order in which I presented at the beginning of the video, so let's just do it in that order. All right, so as far as the executive orders, I did see some information coming out now where they're trying to figure out how to continue moving forward with the provisions of this stimulus package. Now, according to the reports and what everybody's saying, is that the vast majority of these provisions in this stimulus package, the president could actually do through executive order. So they're actually saying, hey, president, you should probably start exercising your right to use executive order for some of these provisions. So now we have this new push from many of the Democratic lawmakers who are reaching out to the president saying, you know, you have this power here. It's called executive order. Maybe you should start using that to start implementing some of the provisions out of this stimulus package. So that's one way that they could start moving forward with some of the elements out of this package and actually get them into law really, really quickly, right? We know how executive order works, right? It's just a matter of literally writing it up, and he basically comes out with his magic pen, slaps a signature on it, and it's a done deal, right? So Of course, the process is maybe a little bit more involved than that, but for the most part, it's not. It's pretty simple, right? We don't need to go through this whole long process of going through congressional action and all that business that takes forever, right? So it could be a relatively quick process if he did decide to use executive order to get some of these actual provisions through. So this is another option that they are weighing right now when it comes to the stimulus package. And yes, we do all know that at any given point, if he just so wanted to do so, yeah, he could actually send out some relief to all of us, the American people, in the form of a stimulus check. And yes, that could be done through executive order as well. Now, I've seen down in the comments section many, many times, hey, just get it done. Do an executive order. It wouldn't be that hard to do. In fact, I had somebody reach out to me earlier. Shout out to you. You know who you are. You reached out to me and said, hey, maybe you should write up a new letter calling on the president and people in Congress to start working on the president to peel off $100 billion of the $500 billion that is still sitting there. Just peel off a little $100 billion of that and send it out through executive order in the form of stimulus checks. Not a bad idea. So, hey, thanks again for the suggestion. I like it. Let me see what I can do on that and see what we can work up on this thing. But yeah, again, wouldn't be that hard, right, for them to do this. But again, we've covered that in previous videos, so we don't need to go down that road again. We all know how easy it would be. All right, so with that being said, that's what I've learned about the executive orders, and that is just another approach that they're pretty much examining right now to start getting some of these provisions in the stimulus package moving into works like right away, right? Executive order happens very quickly. So that's just another option that they have on the table right now. All right, so let's quickly talk about the president as his announcement today. Now, a few days ago, what day was it even? Honestly, I think it was Saturday maybe Sunday that came out. There was an announcement that said the president would be coming out today addressing the American people on the new COVID situation, this new Omicron variant and what's going on with it. And a lot of us were wondering, oh, what's he going to say? You know, what's the talk going to be about? Well, let's just say this much. More of the same. It was 30 minutes of him talking, pretty much saying the exact same thing we've heard 6 million times already. So, if you heard the speech, I listened to it, the whole thing, all the way through, every single word of it, and it was just a lot of the same. Now, there was a couple new things in there. I'm going to be honest with you, it wasn't much, but here's what they're going to do going forward. Starting very soon here, they're going to start deploying 500 million at-home COVID tests. And now what they're going to do for this is they're going to set up a website where essentially you can just go onto the website, order an at-home test, and it'll be sent right to your home. You can do it there, and then you send it back in, and apparently, or I don't even know if you send it back in. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure how that works, if you send it back in or if it gives you rapid results right there in your own living room, right? I'm not really sure. I did not get those details, but they will be setting up a website, and those at-home tests will be 100% free. So, when we get more information on what the actual website is, of course, I'll give that to you. I did not see anything for a specific URL, like a domain. I did not see what the link is as far as where to get it. I didn't see it anywhere. I'm not even sure if they've announced it, but as we get that information, of course, I'll let you know just in case you want to go over there and check it out. But again, the president's main message was, you know, do the vaccine thing, get the boost, all that stuff. Pretty much everything that we've heard so many times already. So as far as when we were talking the other day and we were thinking, hey, maybe he's going to say something about lockdowns or anything like that, there was not a single word mentioned about that. All that he basically said when he alluded to anything relatively similar to that was he basically said we are not going back to I think he said March of 2020. So he said we are not going back to that. So in other words, what we went through in March 2020, you know, everybody basically stay at home, don't come out, right, for a couple of weeks or whatever it was, a month or two. It sounds like we're not going back to that as of right now anyway. So that's just kind of where we're standing as of right now. So yeah, again, kind of interesting. Was kind of hoping that there was going to be a little bit more of an announcement, something a little bit more maybe like earth-breaking, you know, but there wasn't. So I don't know. I guess I was expecting for something to be a little bit more interesting and a little bit more insightful than just, you know, get the vaccine and stuff like that. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. I never am. I'm just here to tell you what he was saying. So actually what I will do is a little bit later today, I will grab that whole entire clip of him speaking and I'll actually upload that just in case you want to see it. I will grab that entire video. It's about 30 minutes long. I'll do it later today. And if you're interested, feel free to check it out. If not, that's totally fine too. But I'll put it out there just in case you want to listen to the entire speech from him. But that'll be out there as well. There was a little bit of talk about the stimulus package as well. At the end, he took a few questions from reporters, maybe like 5 or 6 questions from reporters. Nothing too interesting once again, but there was a little bit of talk about the stimulus package and there was a little bit of heat going on there. So again, if you want to watch that part in the video later, go ahead. But for the most part, nothing earth-breaking really came out of that, the question and answer section. But anyway, you can check it out in that video if you want. But if there was any real big breaking news out of that announcement or the speech that he made earlier, of course, I'd be bringing that to you. But honestly, there just wasn't a whole lot in it. So, but anyway, you can listen if you want. So this is what I have for you as of right now. Again, when it comes to the stimulus package and that meeting, the virtual meeting with Chuck Schumer and the Democratic caucus this evening, If there's anything in there, I'm not sure. Whatever comes out of it, what will be publicly announced or what will be released publicly, again, we'll have to see on that. But any information that I can get on that, of course, I'll bring that to you right away. But the latest push on this whole thing is basically they're trying to get the president to do executive order to get a lot of these provisions through. So that's the main takeaway out of this right here, right now. And hopefully there may just be some kind of executive order for some kind of additional relief. So, of course, I'll watch everything very closely. As we get more information, I'll come back here and let you know. But it seems like there's a lot going on right now, even though it seems like, well, you didn't really cover anything. Well, there is a lot going on, and when it comes down to it, as far as the stimulus package and the speech from the president and this whole Omicron and COVID like spreading all over the place, it does seem like it's very, very busy. Oh, one quick correction I want to throw out there. So in yesterday's video, I was talking about this new variant, by the way, the Omicron variant, and in the video from last night, I said that it was reporting at 93% of reported cases were from this new variant. That was actually a quick correction. So it's actually 73%. I said 93%. I apologize. So what was interesting is I was looking at the article that I was getting that from, and then after the video, I thought, that doesn't make sense. It came up with 120%, 93% and 27%. And I thought, the math doesn't come out. It comes up to 120. Well, I went back to the article, and sure enough, there was a correction that said, hey, correction, we made a mistake. It actually means 73. So I apologize. I gave you the wrong information. 73% of reported cases as of yesterday were from the new COVID variant, this new Omicron, whereas 27% were from other variants, including Delta. So anyway, quick correction, just wanted to let you know. So, hope this helps you out. Again, I'll be back later with another update. Hopefully, we'll get some more information on that stimulus package and what they discussed this evening. But they do have a history of talking very late in the evening, so maybe that'll be really late, and maybe I'll just have to update you on that tomorrow. But as we get more information, of course, I'll be here for you with those updates. So, enjoy your day. Thank you so much for watching this. Hit that subscribe button right down below the video. Share this one with your friends, family, and social media. And feel free to go back and check out any of the other nearly 2,000 videos right here on the channel. Thanks again. I really do appreciate it. Enjoy, and I'll catch you again a little bit later.